Hey crew, welcome back to another Spraycasso video. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my portfolio from 2015. So this is all the paintings that I've done January 1st, 2015. Today is April 20th, Monday, 2015. All right, so let's begin with this painting. This is done in an 11 by 14. This one was done with a foam brush. What I like about this painting is that it's very unique. As with most of my paintings, you'll see that you won't find these a lot in Vegas. If you go to San Francisco, you'll see a lot of Spider-Man, a lot of buildings. So I try to stay away from that. Do very specific, very unique, a lot of detail-oriented paintings. This one, you have the Phoenix dipping his tail into some water. So you can see some evaporation going on here. You can see some of the water ripples. Let's take a closer look. Hopefully the camera can keep up with me here. You can see the effect of the fire on the feathers, like for example here. See that? You can see the ambers here coming from the feathers as well. That effect was done with the sea sponge. So guys, no brushes were used creating something like this. Close to a brush, the foam brush, and those little painting square ones, which I hardly consider a brush, but that's what I use to create some of these effects, the blending technique and everything. So there it is. Guys, if you want to buy any of these, you definitely can. Send me an email. We'll talk about it. I won't give you the gallery price. Most of you that don't know, paintings in galleries can be ridiculous. Especially, for example, something like this. To get a frame and matted, you're looking at about close to $300 to $400 that I have to pay. Plus, then there's my yearly fee in the gallery, the hanging fee. And there's another fee that I can't remember. But there's about 3 different fees that you have to pay. And if you're going to be in a competition, that's another fee. So all said and done, guys, I'll sell a painting for about $1,500 and make about $200, $250 for myself. So you don't have to worry about that. So if you want any of these paintings, just contact me. This one is called the Midnight Watcher. I really, really like the detail in this painting. Again, this is not a painting that you're going to see a lot of artists do out there. Not because they can't or anything like that. No, it's because it's very unique. I put a lot of time and effort in making my paintings stand out. There's a lot of detail in them. Take a look at the effect on those rocks. You have a lot of natural highlights. This painting was done using 3 colors. White, black, and blue. That's it. No brushes, only sea sponge. You guys have seen those sea sponges, right? This is those round ones. You tear off a piece, manipulate the paint with a little bit of magazine sheets, and you get something like this. Take a look at all these effects. You have nice transparencies, reflections, ripples in the water. This is definitely a really good painting. I really enjoyed making this painting. Name of this painting is Midnight Watcher, and it was done January 11th. I should have a tutorial on this one online. You guys check it out. I'm not sure if it's a video tutorial or if it's a picture tutorial, but it's a tutorial of a sort. This one I just did recently. I think it was the 19th. Yesterday. It was either the 19th or the 18th. And the name of this painting is Sunset Afterglow. Yeah, Sunset Afterglow. This is a 3-piece painting. I haven't cut it yet. It looks cut, right? But not yet. I still need to separate it and put them individually into frames. What I like about this painting is not only the colors, but I show you in this tutorial how to create realistic looking mountains. I know there's a lot of tutorials out there, different artists that show you how to create mountains, and they're good and all, but if you want your mountains to look this realistic, where it actually reflects the same colors that you used in your sky, take a look at my video. I show you how to create these very realistic looking mountains using the spraycasso tool. So let's take a look at that one. I really, really enjoy this one. I like all the colors here. I even use some of the same colors that were used in the sky to reflect on the water and on the palm trees here on the side. See, that's a nice little pink and blue right there. Now, the camera may not give you all the full effects, so I'll try and zoom in. There's a lot of plant life as well in the background. I really enjoy this painting. This painting was using Rust-Oleum. I used Rust-Oleum to create all these different colors in the background. All right. I like this painting. This painting shows both the complexities of a land terrain and a space scenery. Right? So you have your planet peeking into the background. You have your light burst. See that? A nice little light burst. You have kind of like a space nebula, different colors here. I wouldn't say Aurora Borealis quite, but similar to it. You got fuzzy here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, you have a lot of great effect with the ice mixing in with some of that dirt, so you get this little dirty type of looking effect that we have here going on the ground. There's a lot of different grass strands, little flowers coming out. I used the star technique, guys, to create the snow. There's a lot of snow here as well. Let's take a look at the detail on that bark of those trees. Yeah. Awesome. I really enjoyed this painting. This one was done January 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't name it, but I don't think I did a picture tutorial on it. But if you're interested, let me know. Yes. Let me see. My wife helps me name them. She has the best ideas for them. Atom Radiance. There's my little sticker. I didn't put the date on it, but the date is right there. It was done February 8th, 2015. What I like about this painting is all the colors. I really enjoy colors, and I love how this little stream in the background just kind of comes into the bigger pond. You can see some of the reflection of the trees here, and the same colors that you have here, you can see in the sky. Let's take a look at the effects, the bark effect here. It's one of the things that I pride myself on, guys, is the detail that goes into my paintings. So you can take a look at the trees, and they have the bark, they have the light, they have the shadows showing. And if you zoom in, you can see the depth and the detail that goes into them in the background. See a lot of natural highlights going on here. I like the colors that are here. Like you have blue, we jump from blue to green to lime, like a lime green that highlights it here, some orange. And then on the tree leaves themselves, you have orange. You have where the light is coming in and kind of giving them a nice little yellow overtone. I really enjoy this painting. I really, really enjoy this painting. Shows you how to create a very colorful painting, very realistic looking painting with a lot of depth and perception to them. I'm not sure if I did a tutorial on this one, guys, but go on my Facebook and take a closer look at it. I don't know if the camera gives it the detail or the quality that it has. Yeah. This painting, again, it does what we did on the first one. It has a nice combination of realistic, earthbound painting with, you know, the space quality in the background. Let's take a look at this planet. Yeah, I really enjoy this painting. This painting is called A View from the Moon. Yeah, when I was in high school, guys, I was writing a book called To the Moon and Back. I'll tell you more about it later. But anyways, yeah, I would always picture myself in a scenery like this. So I was trying to make this the Earth. So you have, let's take a closer look at these rocks here before I go any further. You have your nice little midnight highlights. You have your trees. Look at the detail on those trees. You have your shadows. And even though these trees are very, very detailed, they look very detailed. So that gives it a more realistic effect to your painting. Look at this rock. You can see the highlights. Oh, where's my finger? Right there. And then where the water cuts, you see the same reflection. You see, oh, we'll see. You have this reflection here of the same earth. My camera is giving me some crappy effects here. You have a lot of great details in this painting. That's one thing I've always prided myself on, guys, is the detail, the time. I actually put a little bit of my soul into every painting. I don't just make a painting to sell it. It's got a piece of me in here. You can't just go to Vegas, go to San Francisco, and buy one like it. There'll be people that'll imitate it, and that's okay. But yeah, my paintings will always stand out. I'll always add the time and effort on the finer details. Look at that. Okay. There's a lot of colors here. I don't know if you can see them, but there's some reds, some yellows, some blues, a lot of nice little clouds in the background. Really enjoyed that painting. What another thing I like is look how glossy they are. I mean, thanks to the light. Oh, burr. This one's cold. I like this one. This one I used again the star technique to create the snow effects here in the background. Plus there's a lot of depth into the water itself. So these icebergs, the camera doesn't give it justice, but these icebergs, if you look closely, you can see they go into the water like this one right here. See, they just kind of submerge into the abyss of blue that we have here. You can see a lot of that ice. Natural highlights, guys. I use white, the same color that I used before, to create a very realistic effect. So I don't go in there and scratch my highlight. I don't go and try and convince you this is a rock because I highlighted it. No. You can tell what that is, piece of iceberg, without me having to highlight it. That's what you're striving for, detail, guys. Look at those clouds. Really enjoyed this painting. This painting was a lot of fun to do, and I don't get to see a lot of spray painters out there do cold sceneries. I really don't see that. I don't see a lot of that either. All right. Let's move on. Ah, yes. This one was complicated. This one is complicated because it has a lot of, you can feel the cold again, because I don't see a lot of people do cold paintings. You can feel the cold. It's not quite like that cold, but it's pretty cold, and it's snowing. Using the star technique, I created some snowflakes. All the tree leaves, they're all gone. You can look into the ground here, and you can see that at one point there was water. It's got this muddy, so you can see the mud with water, and it's starting to freeze over. Very complex terrain going on here. This one was done with a magazine sheet. Yep, no brushes. I don't use brushes, guys. Remember that. No brushes. You can use them, but I don't. You can see some of that snow going into the water in the background. Look at that. Spend the time, guys, adding the detail. It'll pay off, especially if you are competing with oils, acrylics, known medias. When I go into a competition, guys, I don't compete with other spray painters. I've done it once or twice, but I usually compete with oils, or any of the other known medias. And so that's one thing that'll count against you if you don't have the right details, There it is. This one was done in, January 31st, 2015, Snowy Bay. I think I named that one. It's not as cool as when my wife names them. This one, there's a tutorial on this one out there that I made. It's a black and white tutorial. In this tutorial, I was trying to show people how to create their own highlights rather than scratching. This painting is awesome. I love this painting because it has a lot of depth. If you zoom into the background here, you can see that it doesn't just go into a bland white. No, you can see that there's rocks in the background. There's trees that phantom into the light. There's grass. There's a lot of detail. I go into a lot of detail with the background like I do in the front ground, and then I blend it into the light. So it doesn't just go into negative space, guys. There's a painting back there, and then I add light on top of it. I also concentrate on shadows. I add shadows where the shadows are needed. Let's take a closer look at some of these details here on the ground. Look at that plant life. Again, no brushes. This was done with a magazine sheet. And I'm not sure if it's a video tutorial. I think it was a video tutorial. And I show you how to create this effect. Again, guys, if any painting on here that you guys like, let me know and we can talk about it. Ah, yeah. This painting is awesome. It kind of resembles that painting. And I meant to do that on purpose because I wanted to show different seasons, right? This one, my wife had been wanting, if I'm not mistaken, it was Autumn Daybreak. That was done February 1st, 2015. This one was made with 3 different colors: orange, yellow, and red. So this is not black, guys. This is actually a mixture of red and orange. So if you zoom in here to the bark, you can see bark. See that? Right there. There's a lot of great detail. Well, just like there is on that one, there's a lot of great detail here. There's a lot of natural highlights. I also did the same thing where I created the painting starting from the back, and then I blended it into with the light, create a nice little ambient effect. And then I brought it forth with warmer colors, started concentrating on the reds, again using a magazine sheet. A lot of great detail, a lot of great detail. See, I don't have to tell you, these tree leaves are closer to us. You can see that because the tree leaves in the background are being caressed with the light, if you may say so. I like it. Oh, yeah. All right, this one, that's one of my pride and joys, right? Because I created, like many of these techniques, my 3D technique here on the side. The beauty about the 3D technique is, look at, you can feel the tree bark. You can look at it from the side and see it. Look at these highlights on this stone right here. You can actually come in here. It's kind of like, I've seen that done with oil paintings, right? Where they get a chunk of oil and they just drop it on there. Well, we can't do that because we use spray paint. But let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at all the effects that I added here. All the details, the light coming in, the light effects, all the highlights, the different color of flowers here. And then we have the nice ambient light, the sunlight coming in. Nice, warm, what did I call this? Serene crest. This one was done January 28th, 2015. Nice little effect on the water. There's a little bit of that 3D stuff that I use here on the water as well, so you can feel some of these ripples. Yeah. Really, really love these kind of paintings. I mean, this is the kind of paintings that I can just sit in front of, drink some wine, kind of lose myself into them. Yeah. All right. Let's see. This is my latest one. Yeah. The name of this one is Amidst Summer Day. This one was done April 11th, 2015. All right. Well, the beauty about this one, there's a lot of depth in this one as well, guys. Like I said, one of the things I take pride on is the amount of detail that I go into with these paintings. For example, this tree in the background. I'll show you the picture. I think I have a picture tutorial on this one. I actually created an entire landscape back here before blending it into the light. And then, so if you were to actually, I don't think the camera gives it justice, but if you're standing here, you can look into the background and you can see the trees back here. You can see how they fade into the background. You can see different bushes, see there's a smaller tree right there. This gives it detail, guys, to your paintings. So don't just concentrate on the things that we see here before us, in front of us. Concentrate on the stuff that we can't see as well. So that when somebody buys your painting and they take a closer look and say, hey, is that a tree back there? Yeah, look at that. And then they start zooming in. Oh, look, and there's a little bush here. Oh, look, and there's another tree back there. Oh my God, there's more bushes there. You know, they can actually sit there and go into great detail with this. One of the things I like about this one is how this light is coming in. Now, this is red. I used a lot of red here. And as many of you guys that are into the art world know, red and blue is very overpowering. So when using red, you have to be very careful to balance it. So there's red here, here, oh, this whole tree here, this tree here, this tree here, some plants here. I had to use a little bit of orange here and some yellow to kind of blend them together so that it wasn't just like fire red in your face, right? A little bit of that light kind of helped tame it down, turning it into a warmer color. Oh, look at that. You have nice shadows here in the background. You can actually zoom in there and see the different bushes, the different plant life that's getting highlights. You have some purples here, and here, and there, and some pinks there. A lot of color. A lot of great detail too. You can zoom into the background there. Look, you can see little trees back there. See that? So it's not like it just vanishes into nothing. I can see a little bush right there and then a tree coming out. And then the little lake or the little river, the little stream comes down. You can see the same colors reflecting from the light. Look at that. And it comes down. Nice little movement. You can almost hear it coming down. Anyways, that concludes my 2015 portfolio as of today, Monday, the 20th. I know, 420. I've been hearing all about it, especially since I'm in Colorado. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, or this video. It wasn't a tutorial. If you guys have any questions, comments, send me an email. And until next time, crew, keep those cans shaking.